Hello everybody, this is What If Deku Was Vigilante Part 2. Here we go. Aizawa comes in and says, only I got the second individual in, second villain in that was caught by the new vigilante. Same description. Honestly, I think it was literally less than 30 minutes apart. And Sakachi says, any identifications of Quirk or no? Not to our knowledge. Maybe a intelligence quirk that's passive? Don't know. Sakachi says, maybe a speed quirk. Aizawa says, Eraserhead says, I wouldn't say speed quirk, because there's not been reports of super speed or anything that would say that, but possible. Sakachi says, well, we're gonna have to wait. Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna actually put a notice for him. There's no point. He's not really done much, and yes, I prefer him not getting involved, but I'm not going to have heroes hunt him down. But anyway, yeah, Razorhead says, yeah, I'm gonna just take a 3-minute nap until I go on to finish my patrol. And he pulls his sleeping bag from God knows where and takes a nap. And back with Izuku. Izuku the next night, well, after school, getting a bit beat up by Kachan. And Izuku, one thing he realized is that running a lot makes it so your body doesn't like you the next day. So he starts stretching, and he starts lifting weights at the junkyard, and he sees that there are many things. For example, in this dump, he sees the fact some hero agencies must have dumped some stuff, because he sees some old hero equipment. And yeah, he might be quirkless, so technically vigilantism isn't technically qualified. He's going to be cautious by using support equipment that's been thrown away. And he sees a jetpack similar to a pro hero that off the top of his head he can't remember, but he will at some point. And he turns it on and sees that it works. And the only thing that's damaged is the fact there's a little dent. A little dent in it. But besides that, it works perfectly. And the only thing it requires is electricity. And it's solar powered. So, Ozuku says, okay, are heroes just being wasteful, or am I not seeing the problem with this? And Izuku looks through the support stuff that pro heroes have thrown away, and he sees many things. Like, a few things that it makes sense. A few hero costumes that are completely destroyed. But honestly, he's grabbed like a good amount of them, a good amount of the destroyed hero costumes, and brings them home in a bag, and starts dyeing them, obviously, but having a mishmash of materials. Uses a sewing machine and tries to have it so he can use the effects. For example, he found some of Death Arms' old costumes, or some broken costume, and he'll still use his pipe for now, but he has some more armor, but he's still sticking to the same color scheme. But besides that, he's also capable of running a little bit faster over the past day and a half. So he feels tonight, right after the night he did his first night of vigilantism, is a bit better because he's a bit more experienced, but he's not going to say he is ready. So he looks up and sees that there's a fire escape and thinks, should I run over the rooftops? Wouldn't hurt to try some popcorn. And when he gets up there, he sees a very far way down and sees, well, if I fall, there's only a plus side here. And he says that suicidal joke to himself, and he makes it by a hair's length over. And Izuku keeps jumping like that, barely getting to it, and hears about two people attacking a woman, and hear, please, don't. And those two say, come on. You know you want to. And Izuku can see what's happening, and he doesn't know why, but his hand, and he doesn't notice, but when Izuku sees this, his grip gets tighter to the point where the metal of the pipe starts to slightly dent. And Izuku jumps off of the roof, landing weirdly perfectly, besides the fact he knows later that he's going to need to make sure his ankles didn't break, and walks quietly to the back of them and kicks both of them in the crotches. And then knocks both of them out with a headshot to both of them with 2 headshots to the head, and both of them go unconscious. And he says, Miss, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Okay. Do you mind calling the police? I'll get these people tied up. And Zuku, grabs his zip ties and literally zip ties their hands both these guys' hands together. For example, guy one of the guy, both their wrists are zip tied together. They're in an uncomfortable way. But, well, Zuku, yes, he's a nice person, but he has heard stories and doesn't like people that try to force them onto other people. And Zuku unties both of the man's shoes and ties their shoes together, literally, meaning that their shoes are tied so well that if they try to walk, their shoes are tied together, so they're not going to get much of anywhere. Who says, are you going to be okay? And she says, what's your vigilante name? Green. Green. Green? Okay. And Izuku leaves. And he calls the police, and a hero comes out, and Izuku left a little note on what happened, because he can write that decently quickly. When Aizawa Eraserhead gets there, he sees these two and sees the girl that looks shivering, and as Eraserhead says, sometimes I wish I didn't become a hero. And he asks what happened, and she says that two men attempted to mug her. But when Eraserhead looks down and hears the same description and sees a sticky note, and it reads, "To the police or pro heroes. These two individuals tried to sexually assault this young woman. I may or may not have roughened them up a little bit. My apologies." And she sees the note and shivers, and she said, I didn't mean... As Eraserhead says, that I'm not going to give you crap for falsifying that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not that kind of person. And he files the report and basically makes sure that what her original statement is just changed from mugging to attempted sexual assault. And Eraserhead says, "So, his vigilante name is Green?" That's what he said. Okay. And when Eraserhead reaches the department to bring these two schmucks to it, Shikachi says, "I heard over the call. Oh, those two bastards attempted to, Oh yeah, don't worry. They're going to be filed to court for it. And well, let's just say this: her quirk is passive recording, meaning that she can record anything that happens to her. So, good luck winning that case. They're gonna have a miracle winning that case." And Sakachi says, "So I presume it's this mysterious vigilante that's been around for the past 2 days." "Really? It's only been 2 days?" "Yeah, it has. I've only seen this new vigilante, description greenish blue, khaki pants, and red high tops. The model, it's the same person, I can tell from the report, but he changed his costume a little bit. He now has khaki pants, not khaki shorts." "Okay. Anything else?" And it looks like that he's somewhat reinforced his costume. Well, at least he's getting smart. Sakachi says that sarcastically and says, "Honestly, I just want these kids off the streets." If he's getting better equipment, we should actually attempt to try to find this kid. Eraserhead says, "This kid hasn't done anything overzealous. He's only gotten muggers and attempted sexual assault. Honestly, I'll wait. If he's still around in a week, I'll do something about it. If you want to file paperwork to have a hero go after him, go for it." Sakachi says, Racer, can you at least just look if you hear or see him, may or may not question him or try to capture him, maybe? Sakachi, there's a low possibility this kid will even be around in a week. You know the proper protocol. If we see the kid, yeah, I'll attempt to catch him. But I'm not going to look for him because there's a highly possibility that he won't even be here in a week. Good point. But from this report, he must have a shock absorption quirk or some sort that makes it so he can handle falls that high, because only trained professionals can do that, right? Yeah. I've been able to jump from that distance onto ground, but I still feel it. But anyway, I'm going to go back to my patrol. Go for it. Or I'll file the paperwork. But you sign your part of the paperwork too. And Eraserhead says, paperwork. The bane of every hero's existence. And back with Izuku. Izuku goes on the rooftops and he says, how did I do that? Do I have a quirk? No, I don't. So how did I bend metal? And he sees a person being mugged, and when he attempts to go down there, he sees a hero or vigilante, he doesn't know, take him down, and he uses a grappling hook to get up and says, I presume you're not a hero. You look a little short for one. And the individual looks like he's full black outfit with a belt and well, he has black boots, black everything, and the kid says, Izuku says, are you a hero? And the guy says, no. Oh, I presume we're both in the same situation? What? Oh, we're both vigilantes. Yeah. Izuku says, yeah, I'm not going to tell him that I'm quirkless. And the guy says, interesting. Honestly, Sleeve, if you ever see a quirkless person, or have to, God forbid, fight one, P.S. the more bulky they are, the harder they are to fight. Izuku says, aren't they quirkless? Yes, but unless they magically are below, not even first generation strength, from my observations, I've seen quirkless people do things that many people would say it's impossible without a quirk. Just saying. And the guy says, oh yeah, my name's Black Arrow. Black Arrow? Or Black Ace is what the cops call me. Cops and pros call me. And Black Ace goes in the other direction. And Izuku just stands there bewildered. Because if that's true, he's going to test if that is true. And he looks around for people to save and sees that a store is being robbed. robbed. It looks like a gas station. And Izuku says, "Can I handle a robbery? Can I handle a robbery?" At least if I do die here, it's not going to mean anything in the long run. And Izuku goes in to the store and sees the cashier, a guy with a gun hand quirk, saying, "Give me your money." And the individual says, "Okay, okay." And he gives the money to the guy and says, "Ha!" And Izuku, walks very quietly, and the cashier says, and Izuku, thinks of a childish idea, and he grabs the very much not hidden underwear that is not covered by this villain's pants, and he gives this villain a very aggressive wedge. And the villain says, "Oh, who the fuck?" And Izuku punches him in the face, and the villain attempts to fight back with a quirk, with a bone hands quirk, or that's what Izuku thinks. But Izuku punches this man straight in the jaw, and he falls to the floor. And Izuku checks for a pulse, and there is still a pulse there. And Izuku says, "Can you please call